Hi, I'm Rich Marchini. I'm the principal of Owen J. Roberts High School, here today with Mr. Bittler, who is our Assistant Director of Technology for the district. Jeff, thanks for joining the show today.
Thank you very much.
So as Assistant Director of Technology for the entire district, I guess the question is, what kind of things do you do here at the high school that really help promote student learning?
As Assistant Director of Technology for the entire district, much of my job consists of supporting the technology throughout the entire district. And that's important for all students, including the high school, because if the stuff that in the classroom doesn't work, or the things that the teachers are using to teach and provide instruction to our students doesn't work, then that stops the learning process, or at least hinders the learning process. So indirectly, everything that I do has some effect on our students.
Now, over the last couple of years, we've allowed students to bring in their own devices. They use cell phones, and a lot of teachers are, many teachers are posting everything online. One of the things we adjusted with our school was to have wireless for the students. Mm-hmm. You were directly involved in that.
Yes, that was a long-term project and continues. We started off by assessing the wireless infrastructure that we had at the time, realizing that if we want to introduce a multitude of mobile devices that require wireless access of some degree, that we would need to increase coverage, we would need to increase bandwidth, and we would need to increase capacity. And so, like I said, we started off with an assessment to see what we had, and then that evolved into an action plan to increase capacity throughout the entire infrastructure. One of those things was to increase bandwidth, as I mentioned. So not only did that provide greater access for those folks here at the high school, but district-wide. So this is our bandwidth that goes out to the internet. So that was that received an increase overall. In addition to that, then we did some policy work as well to allow the presence of the devices in the buildings, which was very helpful too. So that gives support to the administration, support to the teachers as well, to know that if this thing is now in my classroom, this is how I can address it or not. So that's what we did so far. Like I said, it's a continual process. So right now we're assessing the students' devices, what they're doing with them, how the teachers are now using them in class, which is all great stuff. So this is the true integration of technology with curriculum, because we're really seeing the students able to participate and collaborate now in class and take their learning outside of the classroom, which is really our goal.
So when a student comes into school with a device and they look for whatever wireless is around, they're kind of used to doing that at, at Starbucks or
Sure.
Giant or things like that.
Yeah.
They see a student or a public wireless access.
That's right.
What you're saying is there was a lot of work, policy work, infrastructure work.
Absolutely.
To provide that opportunity.
Absolutely. We do provide a public wireless access network, which is fantastic. However, we still have to be reminded that we are a public school district, and so we still have to filter that to some degree. Anyone who connects to that public wireless is filtered like they are a student. However, we are mindful of the types of things that the students need to get to, so we're always tweaking access to internet websites or other services that the students may or may not need.
Now, speaking of the filter, we had to really review the filter about a month ago, and in doing so we asked the teachers what they thought about different categories that should be opened up. And you were able to engage a group of students in a conversation about what kind of categories should be opened up also.
Yes.
And it's really exciting that you're part of, you help run a student group, Technomancers?
That's correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
The club is called the Technomancers. It came out of an idea that I had with another student who we have as part of the business program here at the high school. And every year we usually have one student who does a quote-unquote intern with us, and we wanted to make this more purposeful and appropriate to what we're trying to do within the school building. And so it seemed appropriate that we have a student group that could support now students bringing in their own devices. Students do have access to this public wireless, and so there may be things that they need to adjust or tweak on their own device to allow them to access these things. This is the purpose of that student group, to kind of be that that help and support for those students. The students have seen that this group exists now. They're approaching them in the cafeteria. They're approaching them in the library. So it's been helpful, and it's been very interesting to see the trend of types of devices that the students are bringing, the kinds of things that they need access to, and when they need access to them.
Right. Were the students excited to be part of actually suggesting to the administration what filterless or what filtered categories should be accessed?
Absolutely, and that's a conversation we should continue to have.
Yeah.
Because the filtering process is not, contrary to popular belief, is not a IT process.
Right.
You know, we'll certainly make the servers and the computers do what you need them to do. However, the discussion about what should be filtered and what should not be filtered is truly a curriculum discussion that happens with students, with teachers,
right,
with the building staff that has to support that.
Well, at the high school, I've always tried to include students and teachers, staff in the conversations about these things, especially since they're in the classroom actually using the tools.
Right.
I really appreciate your assistance organizing that group.
Absolutely. This has been great.
Jeff, thanks so much for being on the show today.
You're welcome.
Really, all of your help. I know we joke around a lot, and I give you a hard time a lot of times when my internet doesn't work.
I love it.
But you really have done a great job, and really appreciate all your support.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thanks for watching the show today. Jeff Bittler, the Assistant Director of Technology. Really excited to have him on the show, and so thankful for all his work here at the high school and across the district. And as he said, indirectly, but I believe directly involved in the learning of our students. Thanks, and have a great day today.